there's Kevin with GatheringMagic.com here with match number 4 with our mono black devotion. This is an acceptable hand, definitely acceptable. We'll go ahead and keep it. We are on the draw. I think this is a much more powerful hand on the draw because we do need to structure at least a few more pieces to the puzzle here, like a Grey Merchant of Acido, some more lands. And if we were on the play here, we would just really wouldn't have any action with this sort of hand. So definitely better with more cards. Which is the very few times you want to say that in Magic. And it all depends, too, on what your opponent is playing. But it's going to be a Temple of Triumph. And there's a Mogis Marauder. I don't know how well I actually like this card the more games we play. I think that we want to go more of a control list with this mono black devotion. And speaking of Herald of Torment, it also seems a little weird. So we need to take care of Jace. We'll go ahead and ultimate price off the Jace. And the next turn we can go a Herald of Torment, which most likely will die to like a Lightning Strike. This is just going to be Jeskai Burn. But I still think the right play is to, well, maybe Mogis Marauder and then Erebos, and then we can attach a Torment. Yeah, I think we're just going to Mogis Marauder for 2. It's a 2/2 haster. Sure, why not? Most likely going to get Magma Jetted. Or Lightning Strike. It eats the Lightning Strike, though. That's fine. It did its job. And then next turn we have the Erebos' Titan, which is indestructible if he doesn't have a creature. And that's going to be a very, very tough card for his deck to deal with. I don't know if he's running Chain of the Rocks or Banishing Light. Chain of the Rocks can't work with his hand. Banishing Light can easily take care of Erebos. It's funny that Banishing Light saw very little play for quite a while. And now a lot of decks are actually playing it again when Enchantment Hate is everywhere. So it's going to be a Mantis Rider. I still think that we can safely just Erebos' Titan. Yeah, definitely Erebos' Titan now with the Merchant coming up. And if he wants to race, we'll definitely race. I can downfall the Mantis Rider and then Erebos gets indestructible. He appears to be flooding out pretty badly. I could care less what I draw next. Like, a land would be fine. If we have to just Hero's Downfall and Mantis Rider, that's also pretty decent. And in response to him, like, double using 2 cards, we can actually Hero's Downfall. So, a few options here. I say we just go for it. Well, I think a Grey Merchant of Asphodel just solidifies what we're trying to do. It gets us above that life total that is problematic. Like, this gives us 5 life. Like, I did that over the Herald of Torment, because you never know if I bestow that onto the Herald of Torment. He takes 8, and then we were down to a 14. The deck is quite capable of doing 14 damage in 2 turns. But now that I'm actually looking at this, might be the wrong move. Sign of Blood's nice, though, against him. He's going to have a hard way to dig himself out of this. Speaking of dig, he doesn't have mana for dig, which could be one of the last cards in his deck. So a Valorous Stance, destroy target creatures. So Hero's Downfall would have worked very well there. But I think we just suit up the Herald of Torment on the Grey Merchant, and we're still fine. 2 cards left in his hand. Bloodsoaked Champion. Yeah, we're not even going to worry about using that. We'll just bestow. He could have another Valorous Stance, but it'll give us a Torment back. See what he has with 3. Stoke the Flames on a Grey Merchant. Okay, well. See if his last card in hand is like a Lightning Strike, and then I'm not too sure we actually have the best hand. But if he does exile this Jace, he's got to be careful, because then we can get back Erebos. So Wild Slash. He's got to use 2 cards here. This is fine. And Wild Slash. He'll get in there for 3, but we'll just Hero's Downfall, and then what is Valorous Stance? It gives it indestructible. So I think that we just safely do it on our turn, because we don't want that Mantis Rider living. Yeah, this is fine. We'll Hero's Downfall on the Mantis Rider. And then Bloodsoaked Champion and Bloodsoaked Champion. And now we are in really good position. He's out of cards. Worst case scenario is he gets another Mantis Rider. And it is not a Mantis Rider. So I think we'll just attack in. I don't really want to Sign in Blood because it puts me almost in range for a Dig Through Time. Burn, burn, burn. No, it does. We Sign in Blood ourselves. Ugh, should have done that beforehand. Alright. Whip it is, and if this whip resolves... Can you do 11 in one turn? No, I don't think there's it possible for 11. Wild Slash is 1. Doesn't matter because we're just going to whip back a Gray Merchant and go onto the sideboard. So against this particular matchup, Lanquish is fine. Infinite Obliteration is okay. I don't like Drown in Sorrow. Pharika's Cure to take out Jace's and gain life is fine. Also, Self-Inflicted Wound is pretty decent. Duresses are great. Erebos, not so much. Nighthowler is interesting. I think we bring in Nighthowler because this is again going to be the matchup where all of these Blood Soaks and Despoilers come out because they're just easy for him to take care of them. They do very little. Despoiler's a little bit better because it can... I think that going against control versus burn is the right line of play, though. So we'd have to get rid of one card here. It's just me. I believe just a Herald of Torment. We do want to at least... Herald of Torment's still good, but I think it's the weak link here. Or Sign in Blood. I could get rid of all the Sign in Bloods. I think I will. I'm going to get rid of every Sign in Blood. And we'll keep in 2 of the Despoilers. And the other Tormentor. Other than I'm bringing in Lanquish. I don't think it matters. I think that we do want a few Despoilers though. Well, maybe we just make all of his Wild Slashes useless by taking out the Despoiler. Yeah, I think I'm over or undervaluing the Sign in Blood here. Let's see what I've done some. Yeah, take out the Despoiler. So we should have all the Despoilers out. And Sign in Blood's fine, actually, versus ways to gain life with Whip. This is a hand you tend to like versus Burn. Versus a mid-range bird deck. Double Whip is weird. It's very awkward. Hero's Downfall's nice. It'll take care of a Mantis Rider. So not a turn 2 Jace, which is nice. Hit our 5th land drop. That's great. We have mana for the Gray Merchant. Worst case scenario is going to be a Mantis Rider who does not have it. Now the next turn when he does throw out a Mantis Rider, we can kill it. If he throws out Jace, I think we still do kill it with a Hero's Downfall. But neither one of those scenarios happens, so we're in great shape. We do not throw out a Herald of Torment. It is just dead to so many different things. End of turn Lightning Strike, and then leaves us open. I want him to start getting frustrated and use Burn on us. I wanted to put out a Mantis Rider here, actually. Alright, so Goblin Rattle Master, we do have to Hero's Downfall that. And we will Whip next turn. Oh, no, that's much better. We have a Titan. So far, so good. So you go Mantis Rider and Valorous Stance it, but Valorous Stance does not work against it right now. I hope he does try to use it. I think he realizes the indestructibility on the Erebos' Titan. There's Brimos, who needs to wait a turn for Erebos' Titan to have the Valor Stance. And I think this is fine here to Whip and Duress. So we'll Duress and get that Valor Stance out of his hand, which is most likely what he was tapping for. He's got double. Ugh. We'll get rid of one of them. Might as well get some value out of the whip, too. And we're up to a healthy 25. Now, Brimaz can get out of control. So he's going to Valor Stance. That's his last one in his hand. Can't quite Mana Strider. I think we will just Grey Merchant. Or we could whip back and Erebos' Titan. He'd block, though, with his little... We actually do need to draw out of this. He's down to a 10. Maybe he just does double burn here. No, he's going to go Mana Strider. He's going to attack me with everything and hope that I block. I'm not going to, though. Because he does have that Lightning Strike. And now we can hook up the Torment. Onto the Grey Merchant. And then attack in with the Flyer. Might as well. But Brimaz is getting scary. I think he just might end up lightning striking me to the face now. I don't think he throws Mana Strider in front of it. I think he needs to get in the damage with Mana Strider. So he's down to a 5, still up to a 22. He does have some turns to block. And if he has double burn or another Valor Stance, he can actually kill the Grey Merchant. And then the Tormentor falls off, and then he can Lightning Strike it. Just another Mana Strider. Ugh. That gives him blockers. Jeez. And those Cat Soldiers are really starting to pile up. Did not like that other Swamp, of course. I still think we attack and it gets rid of a... And here we have to just throw back at Erebos' Titan. This will at least get us life. He's got to throw a Mantis Rider in front of it. Throws both in front of... Oh, yeah. That's fine, though, because it gets my Grey Merchant dead. And he has to use that Lightning Strike. Yeah, that was definitely... Oh, it exiles it. It exiles it. That is rough. Yeah. So the Magma Spray was gross. I did know that was in his hand. And he's going to Lightning Strike the... So I need to draw a decent card. If nothing else, I still have 3 damage. That's coming out through the whip. And hopefully can play another card. Still at a healthy 10. 2 cards left in his hand. Mogis Marauder will do it. Yep, that will actually do it. Unless he's got another... card in hand. He's got 3 mana. And hook these 2 up with haste. And intimidate. And we don't know anything in his hand, I don't believe. And that's game. So we take care of this match. See what we would have drawn into. Another Herald of Torment would have been decent. Because we could have bestowed on it. And whip back. No, we wouldn't have... Yeah, definitely wouldn't have had 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'd be 1 short. So... Well, at least would have given us a blocker, though. Would have drawn a bunch of those. Bile Blight would have been lovely. Alrighty, so we'll go on to... We have 1 more bonus match since we are in an 8-man queue. I'll show you it here. So I'll let you show 1 more bonus match. So far, we're 2-2. This has been Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Playing on a Budget. If you haven't already, please subscribe to Gathering Magic and check out our Playing on a Budget playlist, which contains every episode. Thanks again, and hope to see you soon.